Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Washington Ibáñez y hoy en Entrevistas Metal Index vamos a dar entrega a un episodio muy esperado por nosotros, ya que es un gusto y el placer de presentar a una de las voces femeninas más potentes que hay ahorita y que consideramos una de las mejores en el death metal moderno. Damos la bienvenida a la señora Mallika SUndaramurthy. Welcome, Mrs. Mallika. How have you been?
¿Qué tal? Muchas gracias. I'm good. I think I understood most of what you said, and thank you for the honor.
Oh, good. Yeah. We are great. Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure for having you here, and we are expected this moment a long time ago. We think here at the channel that you have a good special talent on your voice, and we want to talk about it in this moment today. Sounds good?
Sounds great. Thanks.
Ya, no se olviden ustedes de visitar nuestro canal Metal Index en YouTube, suscribirse. También estamos en las redes sociales en Instagram, Facebook y Twitter. Y si lo tuyo es oírnos, también lo puedes hacer a través de Spotify, Google Podcast, Player FM y Podpine. First of all, congratulations for the new single called The Defiant Symphony of Universal Dissonance by Unfathomable Ruination, released a few weeks ago. For people who don't know, you are actually the new singer of the band. How do you feel about this career with these guys?
I feel really good. I feel like it's a new chapter of my life since joining the band, and it was a big move for me and a big deal for them too. I think it was a big change for them with a new vocalist. Ben had been with them for a long time, so just bringing a little something different to the table, and it's just a new chapter for both of us. For me, since Abnormality split up, I hadn't had any project that was so serious, so big, and a touring project, so I'm ready to get back to doing music in a more serious way again.
Yeah, that was a secret between us, that you were going to be a new vocalist of the band. We knew that a long time ago because of Daniel.
Yeah, you're in the know.
I'd be grateful to.
Yeah, you get the info first.
Yeah. Gracias, Daniel, de verdad por todo lo que has hecho por nosotros. Excelente tu banda. He is such a great person, musician, a good friend. How has been that partnership between Daniel, you, and everyone in the band?
Really good. It's like, I first met them, I think it was like 2012 or 2014, something like that, a long time ago. We've been friends for many years, and I had a lot of respect for the band. We even had wanted to tour together, Abnormality and Unfathomable Ruination. The tour fell through. We never got to do it, but now it's just like full circle. It's just like being in a band with your friends, and we have a mutual respect for each other, and we played many years in similar types of bands, so it just clicks. It just feels right, and yeah, I think they feel the same way.
Yeah, you think that Daniel is part of your family, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially now that we're bandmates, it's a family. It's a big family, and I like all of them. It's weird to be in a band where I like everybody, so it's good. It's nice. Yeah.
We hope this relationship will be excellent for a long time. My friend Jesus Carrillo were asking me about the new album from Unfathomable Ruination. We will see it as soon as we expected.
We're working hard to release, the next album. So this new single was just a taste of what's to come, the collaboration between us. We have a few songs already in the works, and we're trying to get it out ASAP, I hope this year.
Oh, good. We want to listen to this album as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people from that metal scene admire you. because what you did with Abnormality, which is a classic technical and brutal death metal band around the world. Tell me, what is the best lesson from working with them?
With Abnormality?
Yes.
What was the best lesson?
Yes.
Well, it was for 15 years we were together. It was many lessons, you know. I really grew up and matured with that band. I really developed my, you know, vocal style and, you know, got to play around the world with this band. It's will always be a huge part of my life and many, many good memories. I can't say just one lesson, but I learned how to be a professional musician with this band. Before that, I had been in some other projects, but nothing so serious. So, yeah, it was my first, you know, big band, and it trained me on, you know, how to be a professional vocalist. So now I carry that, all the knowledge, all the experiences with me going forward into Unfathomable Ruination now.
When we say Abnormality, we say as synonymous of one of the best technical death metal band ever, for sure. It's a fucking classic.
Well, thank you so much for saying so. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, this is a Q&A section today. Really short questions, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Mallika, your favorite band out there?
My favorite bands, I can't just say one, of course. I'm a huge lover of music. There's too many bands, but easily top three: Suffocation, Cryptopsy, Disgorge. Top three.
Oh, cool. Second one, best three singers right now.
Best three singers right now. Gosh. Not like currently active.
Yes.
Gosh.
Or just one.
Just one. Well, a lot of my favorite vocalists aren't active right now. That's why it's a hard question. But I think, you know, Cheney from Entheos is doing interesting things. The dude from Archspire, I forget his name right now, and he's really amazing to watch.
That guy rules. Yeah, that guy rules.
Yeah. I think, you know, Matty Way is like kind of semi-retired, but he's always doing stuff. He's like one of my all-time favorite vocalists.
Cool. The third one, Czech Republic or USA?
Czech Republic, or you cut out there. What is it?
Or USA.
Oh, well, they're just really
That's
different.
a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always be an American at heart, so like USA is the biggest in my heart. I'm from there. I grew up there, so I have to say USA just because it's my home country, you know. Yeah.
And the last one, your favorite venue or your favorite metal festival?
Well, Obscene Extreme here in Czech Republic is perhaps my favorite festival. Just the whole vibe and all the fans, and it's just like one of the craziest festivals I've been to. These European festivals are, you know, we don't have anything back home like that in the US, so I've been exposed to some really great festivals here, smaller ones and bigger ones, and like Brutal Assault was really insane too, just on a larger scale. So, but personally, I really like Obscene Extreme, and back home, you know, there's some venues that unfortunately have closed down since coronavirus. They're not around anymore. Like, yeah, so it's sad that some of my favorite ones, like Once Ballroom, is no longer in existence. But I have some good memories at, you know, Worcester Palladium. It's one of the bigger venues in Massachusetts, where I'm from. But the sound there is, you know, sketchy sometimes. But it's just, you know, it's my hometown big venue. And for small club shows, I really love Ralph's Diner in Massachusetts is in Worcester also. Just we had so many good shows with Abnormality through the years. It's a really tiny place, but has so much heart. So, and they still do metal shows there. So I recommend anyone going to Massachusetts to visit there. It's an actual diner with a with a stage. Yeah.
When you remember sometimes those live shows, how do you feel right now?
How do I feel? I feel old because I've been doing this. I've been doing this for so many years. Yeah, I joined my first band 20 years ago, so it all is just kind of blends together. It's just so many great memories, so many friendships forged, so many amazing bands I've gotten to share the stage with over the years. I feel really lucky, yeah, and I feel now like a new breath of air, new excitement, starting with a new band now, and having this song out there, and really looking forward to putting more music out there and playing more shows coming up.
Oh, cool. Mallika, this is a second round of this interview. This is more personal.
Yeah.
I'm reading here that you were a professional graphic and concept artist in the video game industry who began working for Harmonix Music System in April 2007. You are currently a freelance artist. You graduated in Massachusetts from a College of Art and Design in Boston.
In Boston, yeah.
When you were born, yeah. Being a death metal vocalist was your dream first, or you always liked becoming an artist? When was the time that you realized that you had a hidden talent inside of you?
Well, art and music have always been very important to me. Just naturally, I've always been drawn to those things, and I've been drawing and painting from a young age since before I can remember. I have drawings from when I was 4 years old that my parents kept. So I was always an artist, and I just developed my craft, and it seemed like the most logical career for me. I had a lot of passion, a lot of interest in visual arts, and I could see a career for myself. With music, I was more coming like as a fan, and I didn't really have anybody nurturing me. Like, unfortunately, like my parents weren't musicians, so nobody was like teaching me guitar or drums. So I was first a fan of music, and it just got me through a lot of hard times as a child and teenager. It was just, music was always very important to me, and I was going to concerts even before I was still underage, like sneaking into concerts, like when they were like 18 plus or 21 plus, I was like, going to shows. And it was just always, important to me, a big part of my life. I, started like fantasizing about singing in a band, like when I was a teenager. Was like trying to form bands in high school, but there wasn't anybody like too serious to join a band with. So I wasn't able to do it until I was in college. That's when I joined my first band. So it was more like, just something I was really interested in and passionate about, music, and like just more of a fan first. And then, when I started playing in bands, that's when I realized, like this can be like, more serious thing for me. Like I feel like, I have some like talent for it or something. Yeah, I was always like a singer too. Like since I was a child, my parents put us in singing lessons, and I was in chorus in school, but it wasn't like a big deal. A lot of kids were singing, But when I got more into heavy music, then it was like, okay, this can be my, my niche. Like I really like this, and there's not, there's not a lot of people doing it. It's like it's a small scene, and like I was just like drawn to the metal scene like right away. Like, you know, as soon as I was exposed to it, it just seemed like full of passionate people and doing interesting things, like, you know, that are less common. Yeah, so I think basically, those two things are always just, you know, part of my life and important to me. So I filled my life with it as much as I could. And at first I, you know, started singing in a band for fun. I didn't think I could do it on a serious level until I just kept doing it, and new opportunities kept arising from it. And I slowly started taking it more and more seriously.
And when was the first time that you fell in love with extreme music?
So I was an exchange student in Barcelona, in Spain, and I was in art school, La Universidad de Barcelona, Escuela de Bellas Artes, and I saw some guy in my class with a Death shirt, and I was like, oh hey, like yes, like metal. And like there was like a couple of the metal heads in my class, and we were sharing music with each other, like, oh, like check out, like, you know, Arch Enemy, or like whatever, like you know, whatever was going around at the time. And turns out one of them had a band, and so I went to their band practice, and somehow I ended up on the microphone, and like, that was just my first time playing with a band, and that's when I really, like, they just like fully like embraced me into their band, into the like metal scene there, and I just felt like instantly like at home with, like, I found my people. Because like before that it was like, you know, I liked metal and stuff, but I didn't have this like metal family, and like the scene there was like so big. There was metal discotheques and metal bars. I had never seen anything like that. we didn't have that in Massachusetts, and I was like, wow, there's like, this is so crazy and so cool. And I guess that's when I realized, like, this is my home. These are my people. That's when I realized it. Before that, you know, I was listening to music. I was, you know, sharing music with friends, but I didn't realize like how important it was for me until that time.
Also, you married to Serge. Is that okay?
Yes, Serge, or Sergey. Yeah.
Okay, Sergey. Together, you are on the underground label called Ultimate Massacre Productions, right?
Yes,
in Czech
that's
Republic.
Right. Mm-hmm.
How is running this label from the other side of the American continent?
So yes, Serge had started the label as a merch printing label for bands, and then he released the first album with his label before I met him, or like right around the same time I met him. And then when we got together, we talked about, hey, we should, you know, take this more seriously, make a real label. I know so many friends and bands that we can release their music and, you know, turn it into something. So we collaborated on this label and made a vision for it. So we've been doing it together now like 8 years or something. Yeah. So in that time we've had, I think, like 10 or 11 releases. Yeah. And, you know, we do trades and we do festival, distro, you know, we have our CDs at the festival sometimes.
It's interesting, and I suppose that is not easy job for you guys also. Music, label, kids, life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a lot of time for that.
Yeah, and you know, music has never been like the money, has never been an income for me. I, you know, usually am working some kind of creative job, arts kind of job, art and design. like in video games or freelancing.
Cool.
So like that's, you know, I have my job with my art, and then, you know, I'm filling music with all the rest of the time. Even with the label, it's like it's been pretty tough. Like it's, you know, we're lucky when we break even on the releases. Basically, it just takes years to build those things up, just like with bands. And even with, you know, with Abnormalities, like we never took home a salary from it. You know, it's just, it's the underground, it's tough. And even when your band becomes successful, you have bigger expenses at that point, like pay for the van and the trailer, and you know what I mean. It's always been a labor of love, a passion, and, you know, supporting it through my jobs. So like I like to say, you know, multi-passionate, and, you know, always following my heart with those things, and finding some kind of balance. And Serge is the same way, so that's how we found each other, I guess, because we're the same way. And, you know, doing multiple bands, you know, together and separately, and doing the label and working, and we're finding some way to do it all. But it is hard, you know. It's just, you have to want to do it, you know, find your own reasons for doing it, because it can be challenging. And but I love it, and it's, you know, it's a really good way to connect with other people and share your love for the music.
Yeah, cool. Before getting the end, Mallika, what is your plan on this 2023 with other different projects and bands?
What is our plan? So we have this Rock the Hell show booked in Switzerland in May, and sharing the stage with some really good bands. And we're soon to announce another festival in a country. I can't say what it is yet because it hasn't been announced soon. So right now we're just, you know, booking shows, and we're planning to do a tour in the fall or winter. We're still working something out with that. So I just want to get the band out there and work on the new album. Those are our goals right now.
Are you planning to come to USA this year?
I'm going myself to visit family. My brother's having a wedding, so I'll be there this year. As for the band, we haven't been invited right now for a gig or a tour, but we're open to doing that, so we'll just have to see what kind of offers we're given. Firstly, it's easier to play Europe because we're over here, but we're willing to travel for shows, and we're putting ourselves out there right now, and we're looking forward to playing as many different places as we can.
Cool. We hope that you will get all your things done as good as you think. All right, Mallika, thank you again for this moment here in the channel, Metal Index. I mean, no one in this planet has that powerful voice as you have, really.
Thank
for
you
those
very much.
For those who love death metal, we know that you are a special talent out there, for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on the show, and everyone check out the single if you haven't yet. I'm looking forward to playing in front of all of you guys.
Thank you. Bien, amigos, espero que hayan disfrutado de esta conversación con Mallika. No se olviden de visitar nuestro canal en YouTube, Metal Index, suscribirse. También tenemos nuestras redes sociales en Instagram, Facebook y Twitter. Y si prefieres oírnos, puedes hacerlo a través de Spotify, Google Podcast, Player FM y Podvine. Esto ha sido todo por hoy. Nos vemos en otra oportunidad. See you then.